Good morning, guys. It is November 18th and it is currently 8 o'clock in the morning. And I got up and I went to the gym this morning around 6. I got there at 6. And so it was a very early workout. I usually don't like doing that. I trained fasted and we trained legs. We're still on our deload week, which if you watch the first episode, I go over what a deload is and I talked about why we decided to do the deload week. And so I actually completely forgot to weigh myself in this morning because it was 5:30. I was rushing out the door trying to get to the gym at 6. But I can show you yesterday's weigh-in. So this is day 3 of the diet and I recorded day 1. So it's only been a day in between the two videos. Between this video when it goes up and the episode 1. And so my weigh-in yesterday, which was not recorded, was 182.8. So I did jump up a little bit in weight, but that is because if you watch the first episode, I had a bunch of food at night, in my opinion. So that affected my weigh-in that morning because I still was carrying a lot of the food. I pushed a lot of my calories to later in the day, which I said I enjoyed, and I do, but it does affect your morning weigh-in. So in my opinion, today I would have hit a new low weigh-in. I would have weighed in at probably 180 or so. And so I felt really lean this morning, and like I said, I trained fasted and we trained legs. So it was a good workout. I typically don't like working out in the mornings, but when I have to, I do. So very busy morning ahead of us. We have a physics test at 10. It is currently 8, like I said, so I need to study for that a little bit. And we have to eat, which I can show you my breakfast real quick. So for breakfast, we have 2 egg sandwiches, and then my leftover eggs we put there, and we have ketchup on the sandwiches and on the actual eggs. What is contained in the eggs is 5 servings of egg whites, which is 25 grams of protein, and 2 whole eggs. So altogether 35 grams of protein and around 10 fat, and then the buns add a little bit of fat. So I think it's like 12 fat in this whole meal, 44 carb, and like 45 protein. So very well-rounded meal after my workout. The buns will add some quick carbs, and you'll see later I'm gonna have maybe a banana before the class. So I wanna get to studying, and I'll check in with you guys before class. Alrighty guys, so I'm heading to class now, and I wanted to talk a little bit more about my weigh-in yesterday morning. And like I mentioned, it was a higher weigh-in, higher than my first day of dieting, which you would have thought it would have been lower than my first day of dieting, but it wasn't. And so I want to touch on how to react to that situation. So just because the scale said I was 182 does not mean I felt like I was 182. So my first day of dieting and before I started my diet, I felt much more bloated, not very toned when I was in the gym, and overall just kind of blah. So that second day, which the scale read that I was 182, I felt much leaner just after one day of dieting, much more toned in the gym and much better in the gym, just higher energy overall. And so I think you should not always base the way your diet is going just off of the scale, because it is not always the most accurate representation of how your weight loss journey is going. Sometimes you need to base it off of how you feel, and I don't think that you need to, or you should, base that high weigh-in and instantly jump to the conclusion that your diet plan that you are following is not working. Because this morning, even though I did not weigh myself, I feel like I would have hit a new low weigh-in. I feel like I would have weighed in at 180, if not lower. And I did have quite a bit of food last night before I went to bed, but this morning I woke up and I felt so lean. I had a really good night's rest and I recovered well. And so I think you need to give yourself a week to let the diet set in before you begin, or before you or your coach begins to make adjustments. Because if you make adjustments based off of just one day of dieting or one high weigh-in, you'll find that you're making inaccurate adjustments, and adjustments that simply don't need to be made yet. So don't always base your weight loss journey or the progress that you are making off of one high weigh-in. Alrighty guys, so we made it home from class. It is currently It is currently 12:24 and we picked ourselves up some Chipotle, so I will show you guys what I get on my Chipotle bowl. So on my Chipotle bowl, I have got white rice, which you can't really see it down here. White rice, fajita veggies, black beans, chicken, the corn salsa, the green salsa, and sour cream. So when I get deeper into dieting, when I'm on less calories, I will cut the sour cream and even sometimes cut the corn, because the corn contains, I think, 16 carbs a serving, and of course the sour cream adds some fat. But for now, I'm on high enough calories, in my opinion, where I feel like I can still get the sour cream and the corn without starving myself basically later in the day. I don't want to use up all my macros in this meal. I'll show you guys also how I go about tracking this on MyFitnessPal, which is where I track all my food. Alrighty guys, well my camera ran out of storage again, so I had to run here to Walmart and buy a new SIM card. So sorry for the holdup, my Chipotle is gone, but I can still show you how to track the macros and my current macros for today. So usually when I go out to eat, well, at least with Chipotle, this is how I'll track it. You can go into MyFitnessPal, which the app just looks, let me grab this. This will be easier to do it this way. Let me do this. So you can go here, MyFitnessPal, that's what it looks like. Download that, brings you here. So you can see, you go to more. Actually, let me show you how to track it first. So diary, you'll go food, lunch, and what I typically do is I'll type in Chipotle. This is hard to do when I'm looking at the camera. So then you got this verified, which is what the check mark means. 62 items, Chipotle Mexican Grill menu that pops up. I try to stick to the verified ones if there is verified ones. So then you basically go through here and pick everything that you got on your bowl, which is super easy, super simple, and put it in and it tracks it for you. So I already have mine added in. Let me go back. So to get to your macros for the day, you go to more, nutrition, and here you go. For the day, I've got protein, 95 grams, carbs, 126 grams, fiber, 20 grams, fat, 35 grams. So overall, not doing too bad for the day, but I just wanted to show you guys how I typically track my Chipotle bowl. Very easy, very simple. MyFitnessPal makes it pretty easy, at least at Chipotle. Alrighty guys, so it's currently like 5:15. For the past 2 hours or so, I've been on a phone call for about an hour of it, and then for the other hour just trying to figure out what exactly I was gonna do for the next 2 to 2.5 years in college. So if you guys didn't know, I'm going to school for mechanical engineering, and I'm in the process of transferring over to a different school to finish out my degree. And so I'm just kind of in the process of trying to figure it all out. It's a little hectic, but we'll get it all figured out. Tonight, I think me and my girlfriend are gonna go to dinner, and so that'll be a good opportunity for me to show you guys how exactly I go about tracking dinner and the fact that I can fit in dinner if I would like and still have a social life. So I'll see you guys at dinner. This is what I got for dinner. We are at Frisch's. We got 2 pancakes, hash browns, 3 eggs, two patties of turkey sausage, and 2 slices of bread with sugar-free syrup. This is what is left. Alrighty guys, so it is currently 10 o'clock p.m. time for bed, and I am finishing off the night with 2 scoops of protein and a banana. So as you saw, I did not finish my whole meal at Frisch's, and so typically I can either search on MyFitnessPal like I did on Chipotle earlier and find a verified menu for the restaurant that I'm at, but Frisch's did not have one on MyFitnessPal, and I also could not find their nutrition facts on their website. And so what I decided to do was just track what I got, but I tracked just random items. So I got pancakes, and I searched pancakes, and I searched the macros that I thought were the closest to the pancakes I got. And so the macros that I I had inserted were not necessarily correct by any means. And so what I decided to do to cap off the rest of the night was to just get my fruit in because I have not had any fruit today, and also just cap it off with some protein just in case I'm lacking on protein a little bit. And so that is what I would typically do to flexible diet around a night out of eating. So if I can't find the exact macros, and even sometimes when I can, I'll still just eat mainly protein and then just like a fruits or veggies for the rest of the day. So that is how I typically do it. Just wanted to give you guys that tip so you don't feel like you're ruining the whole diet with just one night of eating out.